Taxi. Kind of looks like a taxi color, right? Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Maple Brewski, for another Rooski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is by Mascot Brewing Company out in Toronto, Ontario. And this is their Pilsner, unfiltered craft beer, coming in at 5% alcohol by volume. And no IBUs listed on the can, but I do have it here on their website, which is 24 IBUs. So very, very low. Not going to be bitter at all. So with that said, let's crack it open after I show you it off. It's a white and yellow with black lettering on there. Like I said, sort of looks like a taxi cab, kind of. That's what I get. But like I said, let's crack it open, see what we got. Pouring it into my Flying Monkey's big pint glass and pour. Pour, 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 pour. Get a little bit of head on there. There we go. About halfway done. Then again, that was a very aggressive pour. A lot of head on there, and a very straw, pale yellow sort of color on the actual beer itself. And now we can see what this beer has to offer in the aroma department. Smells yeasty, a little bit of maltiness. Little slight hops in there, and a nice lemony citrus note, from what I can tell. So, with that said, let's have a sip and see what kind of flavor we get. Big, bready yeastiness, what I would get from a Pilsner. A little bit of a sour-ish note to it. Lemony citrus as well, and a light hoppiness to boot. Quite nice. Goes down pretty easy, crisp, clean, not too much carbonation, just enough. Like a typical beer, more or less. Like a typical Pilsner. Can't even speak anymore. I'm gonna reiterate, I'm not the greatest fan of Pilsners, but this isn't too bad. It's definitely got a bit more bready notes, and the citrusy notes coming off of it is actually quite nice. We need a cheers, don't we? Cheers, everybody. Pilsners, to me, have that weird sort of sourish, weird, awkward flavor. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but that's what they have, and that's what I always get on Pilsners. This one isn't too bad, but still not my favorite style across the beer styles that are out right now, kind of thing. So let's take a look at the can and see what it has to say for itself. So Mascot Brewing Company, Pilsner, unfiltered craft beer. Looks pretty clear. Don't know where they get the unfiltered part from it, but that's okay. 5% alcohol, and on the back there is a little bit of a description. It says craft harder with a little bunny rabbit on top. Quite nice. A modern take on the traditional Pilsner. World famous Hefeweizen. Nope, that's not. Weihenstephan. That's not how you say Hefeweizen. It's Weihenstephan. It's an interesting word. Don't know the German or the or whatever that language is. Czech maybe. I don't remember. That's okay. That's a word and stuff. Okay, let's continue. Let's stop messing with that word. Okay, go. Yeast imparts clean flavors over a balanced malt body. Citrusy and New World hops elevate the subtle spice of Old World hops. Aromas of pine and tropical fruit meet to enhance the dense head and excellent lacing of this pale golden Pilsner. Toronto, and then they have their website. And on the bottom is a clearly labeled brewed on date. 15th of January 2018 this was canned. So a very fresh beer indeed. There's a decent amount of head retention. Nice bit of lacing on the glass like they have stated. Not too bad. Looking on the website now, which is mascotbrewery.com, for the Mascot Pilsner, they say, brewed at Brunswick House, Idaho 7, Southern Cross, Kazbek hops, crisp, dry on palate, lemony citrus taste, tropical and pine undertones, smooth, distinct bitterness, refreshing. That's all they have to say about this beer. And they list the ABV 5 and IBU of 24. Not too much else on the Mascot website. They do have a picture for each of their beers, just of their logos, but not much else other than that little bit of a description or on like tasting notes and what kind of hops that are used. Quite nice, very simple. I do kind of wish that it was more of a dedicated page to their beers, but still something different from the regular crowd. Moving over to Untapped now, Pilsner has been given a 3.38 out of 5 bottle caps out of just over 1,000 ratings. So 3.38, sort of middle of the road sort of rating for the beer. Personally, I think that's more or less right on the money. It's all right. It's good for a pilsner that I can enjoy, but it's still nothing super crazy, super inventive. They're not reinventing the wheel kind of thing. But then again, it is just a pilsner, and from what my understanding is, and from all the pilsners that I have drank, is that it's harder to get very creative with a pilsner. That may be wrong, but that's just what I've come across in my Pilsner experience, if you would call it that. With that said, we are down on our final sip, as we always do. Cheers on the final sip, guys. The breadiness, the citrusy notes, slight hops, very, very nice indeed. Still nothing super amazing at all, but still a good beer and something that you can definitely enjoy, whether you're coming straight from drinking regular beers or been drinking craft beers for a while. This is something you can kick back, relax, and enjoy the crisp, clean flavors of this Pilsner. So for the beer itself, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Nothing super amazing, but still a very nice Pilsner as well. Good flavor, nothing really offensive about it, just still, Pilsners aren't my favorite style of beer. Moving over to presentation now, it's a little boring, to be honest. Yellow and white makes it stand out for sure, but there's not too much going on with this. They kind of just labeled it a Pilsner, sort of like what the beer is. It's good. It's nothing outlandish, and they're not wanting to market it like that from what I'm at least getting from the design of the can. Nice description on the back, no IBUs, also no ingredients, which is a bit of a bummer, but they do have a brewed on date clearly labeled on the bottom of the can, which is perfect. Also, it does look like a taxi cab. I said it once, I say it again. Moving over to the website now as well for presentation. Like I said, I wish maybe they had dedicated pages for their beers, but for what they do have, the little move your mouse over it gives you a bit of a description of the types of hops and maybe some tasting notes. Quite nice information, and they do list the IBUs here, which is perfect. So presentation wise, for the beer can itself and the website, I gotta give it a 7.5. No, I'm gonna give it an 8 because it does list the hops that are used, and that's always a nice bit of information to add to the beer. Whether it be on the can or on the website, it's always very nice to have that little bit more tidbit of information about the beer. So 7 for the beer, 8 out of 10 for the presentation of the can and the website. The website definitely helps a lot more, but still nothing bad about this. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, beers you would like me to review in the future, I'm going to leave all that information down in the comment box below. And if you'd like to subscribe to me or just like the video in general, that's greatly appreciated as well. And as I always say before I leave you, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.